we've been this morning and got some free pallets and some bits of wood here that we're going to use as batten. So I'm going to strip these down. Right, so the wood is all sawn, sanded, sized and ready to go. So I got a load of free pallets from various places, and we have put some batten boards up around the walls. We've only gone halfway at the moment because we're going to need some more pallet wood, I think. So yeah, that was a weekend, a few days well spent, in and out, dodging the rain, but now the fun bit begins. Well, that's day one done. It's yeah, it's a time-consuming job and it's a learning curve, but I'm quite pleased with that. There's a couple of bits where it looks a bit rough and a bit naff, but no one's going to see this wall. It's going to have shelves in front, but as a first attempt at doing anything like this, I'm pretty chuffed with that. So yeah, another day tomorrow. Right, so exciting times. I have power in my shed. So I've got this box here. I've taken the front off, and Deb has worked really hard to put this in for me. So I'll show you where the power is coming from. So the power is coming from inside the house. We had a hole here already that we think was an old phone line, so we've just drilled it out a bit more. I'm going to tidy this up a little bit. So there's a socket inside the house that it's plugged into. I've got cable running through the trunking. That runs all the way along the back of the garden. And it's coming in through the back of the shed. So it's coming in at the back here, along here, and we've put it through the beam of the shed to the box here. So now I've just got to do my pallet boards around it and finish off the wall. But yeah, I've got power. Welcome back, and yeah, so the walls are finally finished cladding the walls with the wooden pallets. So it's gone all the way up to the top now, all the way around the shed. That's not brilliant over there, but that's the wall that you're not going to see. So the idea now is that we will clad the ceiling. The first idea was that we were going to put hardboard, and then Deb mentioned about tongue and groove cladding. So I think that's what is going to happen. It's more expensive, but I think it'll look a bit neater. So with the walls now they're all covered, I am going to treat them with Danish oil just to bring out the natural colour of the wood a bit more. I don't think I'm going to varnish the walls. I think the Danish oil will be enough. Yeah, so we'll give the walls a couple of coats, yeah, and see what it looks like. So there you go, I've done the first layer of the top half of that wall, so I hope you can notice a difference with the Danish oil. It really does make the colours of the wood pop out. It looks really good, so you can definitely see a difference. So that bottom half hasn't been treated yet, and that top half has. So yeah, just a couple of layers I think on each wall, just to make a difference. So this box here I picked up for free off Facebook sales. So I've given it a wipe down with some disinfectant. So I'm not sure if it's like a small blanket box or ottoman or something. So it's going to be great for storing stuff. So what I'm going to do is I am going to paint it. So I found some tin of coloured emulsion in the shed. It's just a off-white colour. So I'm going to paint it inside and out, and then the outside I'm going to decoupage it. Right, so I've given this a couple of coats of the matte emulsion paint just to cover up the wood. Done inside as well. So now I am going to start decoupaging it. I've got some kits off Amazon. So I've got loads of stickers and then got loads of paper bits. So it's birds and nature. Give it a go. Well, that's an afternoon's work. So I've done the top and the front, and I've just got to do the two sides. I think I'm going to need to order some more stickers, but I am really pleased with that so far. My first attempt at decoupage, I absolutely love it. So it's going to be varnished once once it's all been done, decoupaged, and then I shall varnish it. But I am really pleased with that. So it's quite difficult, but it's a fun process. Right, so I'm just making myself a desk. So I've got some pieces of pallets that we've salvaged, some nice pieces. And I'm going to stick them, I've got some hardboard that we found. I'm going to stick these down and then treat them and then varnish it. So I have finished attaching all the pieces of panel onto the top of the the desk piece, and I've just put in some nails just to bring them down a bit and add a bit of decorative finish to it. So what I'm going to do now is I've bought some Danish oil from Wix and I'm going to paint on, and it should bring out the colour a bit more in the pieces of wood. So I'll give that a few coats, see what it's like. And then I've also been and bought some edging wood that I'm going to put round, just to cover up these bits so you don't see them, and I'll coat that in Danish oil. But today is supposed to be one of the hottest days on record. It's supposed to be up in the 90s Fahrenheit, so I'm not going to be doing much, so I'll cut those down another day. So I'm just going to give this its first coat of Danish oil and see what it looks like. Right, so that's the first coat done, and I think it looks different already. It looks amazing. That is the look I was going for. Looks really nice. So I shall leave that for a bit. Don't necessarily have to leave it to dry. And puts one more coat on, see what it looks like. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. That looks really nice. Right, so I'm just about to put the legs onto the bottom of my desk. So I got these pin legs off Facebook sales. They were £20. I'd looked at some exactly the same on Amazon and they were 40. So bargain. So I'm going to drill some holes and attach them. There you go. So the legs are attached now, screwed on from underneath. So all that's left to do now is attach a sheet of clear perspex to the top so I can use it as a desk. So I've just got to measure that out and order it, and then I'll be able to put that on, and then this table, well, computer desk, will be finished. So my desk is finally finished. I've been and got a sheet of 2mm thick perspex from Williams's in Madeley. We've screwed it down. I'm not overly happy with the finish because the table isn't perfectly rectangular, and the piece of perspex is, so I've got a little bit of a overhang there. But yeah, for a first attempt at doing my own desk, I am really pleased with it. I like the rustic look of it. There's things I do different if I did it again, but yeah, someone who's never done anything like this before, I am pretty pleased with that. Right, now comes the fun part. We're going to be painting the outside of the shed, and it's going to be very black. Right, so we've replaced the window with a sheet of Perspex 4mm thick, and Deb has done a frame round all the way around the window, which we've painted. This piece here I think was already on. I think this might have been the piece that went down the middle on the outside. But we've put it underneath, and we've got some mouldings as well, just to stop the rain running straight down, so it'll give it a bit of a run off. And yeah, and we've reused this one as one underneath the window as well. So the shed now just needs a second coat of paint. So the first coat I did with a brush, and it's not very even. But the side here I've done a second coat with a roller, and it looks much better, a lot more even. So I've just got to go over the outside of the shed now with a second coat, and do the floor with a second coat of paint as well.